Hi, I'm Heather Caristo-Williams, and I am an American show jumper. My family and I have two farms, one in Saugerties, New York, where we are now, and one in Wellington, Florida, and we operate under Glenview Stables. Up here in Saugerties, New York, we have about a 25 stall barn where we have young horses that I bring along to the higher levels, as well as some babies. Actually, there are a couple of his babies as well. I have some clients that I teach, and I compete over the summer, mostly in New York, although this summer we did do some shows in France, which was fun. My parents, Ralph and Holly, and myself, we are originally from Long Island, and I grew up on the farm. We had an operation on Long Island with my sisters as well, and then eventually we moved off the island to up here in Saugerties, and I just basically have been riding as long as I can remember, and I think maybe longer than I've even been walking. A defining moment for me was being able to compete for the United States on a Nations Cup team for the first time. It's something that I've always dreamed of. In the junior ranks, they have what's called Young Riders, and that's the first sort of taste of team competition. And I loved it so much. My father was the chef de keep for Zone 2 for many years, and I sort of got the bug, if you will, at a younger age. And really competing for my country was the biggest honor I could have ever experienced. I feel like I always have a goal of some sort. I suppose with Florida coming up, which it doesn't seem like it's that close, but it's really also not that far away. And I feel like my fall season is basically just making sure that my horses are ready for Florida. I have a big competition in a few weeks at the Hampton Classic, where I hope that my horses will be able to shine. It's all the ones that I brought to Europe, and they had a fantastic final show there, which was really incredible. And I actually was second in the Grand Prix, and he won a speed class. So it was a really wonderful ending to the summer. And so I would like to just keep on that for this next competition, and then throughout the fall, just really gear up the younger ones and make sure that they stay competition ready. So when WEF comes around, I am ready to go. I think that in general, the keys to success really have to do with the team behind you. My parents, for instance, my husband is a huge support. The farriers, the vets, and the team behind Purina as well. I mean, they come out here and they go over my horses and they make sure that their condition is what it should be, and have suggestions of feed if I have any questions about a different performance that I'd like my horse to have, either more energy, less energy, more body fat, less body fat. And I really think that any success has to do with the team that backs you. The horse is not going to perform at its peak if the nutrition isn't there. And that's why it's so important to be able to feed the proper nutrition to the horses. And for me, with Purina and all the different types of feeds, whether it be for hot jumpers or hunters that need to have a little bit more body fat to them, I mean, there's just always something that you can make custom to your horse, to your performance. And I also, I am an athlete myself. I do marathons, and I am an Ironman triathlete, and I can attest to the fact that nutrition is absolutely key. And so for me, I like to make sure that I have the right balance and I have the proper nutrients and vitamins and whatnot, and I expect nothing less than that for my horses. Well, first of all, the team behind Purina, or that are a part of Purina, I mean, they are so key. But also with the different kinds of feed, it's so important because every horse is different. And to me, it's so important to be able to have a feed like Omeline 200, because you know, for him, he lacks a little bit of blood, and it's important for me to have that energy. So I love being able to feed something like that. I always feed the Outlast on top just for gut nutrition. You know, then there's the hunters as well, who maybe I might use a senior feed or an Ultium. I think what's so important is that there are so many different types to really be able to give your horse the best feed, the best nutrients, you know, no matter what their discipline. I feel very lucky to be able to be in this business, to be able to have these horses, to be around these animals, to be able to compete at the level that I do. To have my family and my husband around me on a daily basis and supporting me, to have incredible sponsors behind me. Yeah, I guess I would say that I feel pretty lucky. I am Heather Caristo-Williams. I am Purina.